you again for tuning in to the Chris Show. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate you for that. If you enjoy the content that I deliver on a consistent basis, please be sure to subscribe. You turn on the notification bell for all my videos so you can like and participate in the comment section. So as we know, the unfortunate circumstance of DMX, he passed away this year in 2021. You know, a lot of people have a lot of unreleased music. They were working on some potential projects, or they just have, you know, like I said, DMX has been in the game for so long. His family released a posthumous album this morning called Exodus, and it's actually, let me just be on the record, when it comes to album reviews, all of that, I'm typically one listen, that's all I'm doing. Analyzing it, do I like it, dislike it, what I don't, everything like that. But when it comes to posthumous albums, you gotta adjust your expectations. One, the person didn't craft this whole album to be the perfect cohesive thing, so it might not, one song will be here, one song will be there, and it's just like, you just gotta adjust your expectations. You know, people are mourning, they're trying to respect the death of their loved ones, but also try and reclaim any, you know, lost money or lost funds, and potentially releasing an album that can make them more money. I've seen posthumous albums that are pretty well, like I like the XXS Tenacion one. I've seen ones where I'm like, ooh, that did not sound good. And it's just, it just really depends. If a posthumous album's bad, I'm not really gonna trash it. I don't want to really trash the dead. I'm not about that. This is more so for me with this video. I just want to celebrate DMX. I want to let you people know, if you are a DMX fan, what songs to really check out. I would honestly listen to every single one. It's definitely worth it. This album review is not going to be like most of my album reviews where I'm being way more critical, this, that, and the other. Yes, I'm going to be somewhat critical. There's some songs I did not like on Exodus, but this isn't going to be a bashing thing or something like that. So if that's the vibes you want, you can find another YouTube channel for that. But for today, like I said, DMX was one of the first 3 rappers I ever listened to. He has a huge impact on what I listen to, what I like. So if you're expecting me to bash DMX, it's just not gonna happen. So let's get into the album review. So the first song was That's My Dog, which had The Lox and Swizz Beatz on it. And personally, I did not like the chorus. So like listening to the first 40 seconds, I was like, what's going on? But when they all start rapping, it gets really good. It's like prime New York rap, you know, it's got a little bit grunginess to it, a little rough on it, but it was definitely a good song. Like I said, I didn't really like the chorus, but if you can get past that and listen to the lyrics, it's definitely something worth checking out. And then we have Bath Salts, which has Nas and Jay-Z on it. Another one that's personally one of my favorite songs. I would say it's probably top 3 of them. One of the most re-listenable tracks to me. Definitely worth checking out. Like, come on, Nas, Jay-Z, and DMX. That's 3 legends, 3 people that were running the 90s and early 2000s. It's just sad that, you know, DMX is no longer here. And it's also sad that if DMX might have released this album while he's still alive, it may not have gotten attention or people would listen to it like they are today or now. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm just glad that we are listening to this. The album was better than my expectations, because I had expectations of like a 5 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10. Who knows? Because like I said, posthumous albums, like Tupac's posthumous albums, I would be hearing verses from songs I've heard before on a different type of beat or something. So I've come to learn to lower my expectations with posthumous albums. Then the song Dogs Out with Lil Wayne. I don't love the song. I don't hate the song. If it was on, I wouldn't skip it, but it's not really a song I'm gonna go out of my way to listen to, if we're gonna be honest. But it's not a skippable or just trash song. That would be my opinion towards that song. And then the Money, Money, Money. I can see a lot of people that will not like this song or will like it. Me personally, the first time I listened to it, I did not like it that much, but the second time I listened to it, it actually grew on me. So I feel like the more and more I listen to Money, 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 the more and more I'm gonna like it. Moneybagg, yo, I've listened to a few of him. I need to get into him more, but I hear his features quite a bit. But like I said, it was a good song. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. Then I feel like this is where the album, you know, are talking about posthumous albums. They change the vibes. Then the next two songs is Hold Me Down with Alicia Keys, which was really good. And, you know, she was really good on the vocals. It was just overall good song. This was a song that didn't really even feel like a posthumous album type of song, so it felt good. And then Skyscrapers was the same way. The production was well. It's just, like I said, usually I don't even want to listen to posthumous albums because I expect them to be bad, but this is beating my expectations and I'm happy about that. Then there's a Skit. I'm not gonna really comment on the skits. Listen to them if you want. I don't know what the message is or anything like that. I'm not gonna depict them. I usually delete them off my playlist when the time comes. So if you guys want to talk about those, you can. Let me know in the comment section if you like them, but I don't really want to give opinion on skits. Then we have Hood Blues, which to me, I would say, to me personally, this was the song I liked the least. It was harder for me to listen to, and even a second time listening to it, I was like, yeah, I don't think I would play this song, or I would skip it if it came on. It's just not my style. It is what it is. You guys can listen to it. Maybe it's like, I love New York rap, but the newer New York rap, I don't know. I haven't fully bought into the new New York rap. I'm like, some people are good, but a lot of it compared to what New York used to be, I'm not sure. Yeah, that song, it wasn't for me. But then they have the Take Control with Snoop Dogg having a love song with DMX was a little unexpected, but DMX has some really great features for this posthumous album. That's another thing I wanted to say. The features definitely helped make this a smoother transition and better, because having great features always makes an album better, especially when there are legends that are being featured. So that's why I feel like with this project, they picked the right amount of songs, the right artists, the right features. It's mostly, New York artists, but there's a few like Lil Wayne and others, but that's why. So then after Take Control, I feel like the album takes another turn where it starts to get really serious again. Then it has like Walking in the Rain and, talking about people that you thought had your back but didn't. It was just a deep and real song. When I was talking about top 3 favorite songs, Walking in the Rain was definitely in my mind, because it was just like, damn, he was talking some real shit. Nothing wrong with that. Then he has another Exodus skit. I skipped that. It is what it is. And then Letter to My Son, that was hard to listen to. Not the fact that it was a bad song, just because of how real it is, and it's emotional. I know if his son was listening to that, he would probably be balling up in tears. Like, that song was emotional, and I'm a person like DMX Slippin' was one of my favorite songs, so when he gets personal or when he starts talking about that stuff, it definitely makes me want to listen. And then he ends the album with a prayer, which is ideal and perfect, because if you know DMX, he loved God, and above all else, he was one of his children. So to end the album like that, it was a perfect note. I'm not religious myself, but I would listen to it for DMX. So I went through all the songs, like I said. Okay, so looking at the album, there's definitely more songs I liked than I disliked. When it came to the ones I really didn't like that much, it was Hood Blues, Dogs Out, and I didn't like the chorus to That's My Dog. But like, honestly, everything else that mostly transpired on the album and went on the album is worth listening to. Now, when I'm talking about this album review, am I kind of talking about replay value? How much of it is it gonna have? I don't know. Posthumous albums are definitely different in that regards, because you want to listen out of respect for the artist, but sometimes it's not as good as his old work or the other stuff, and you want to listen to that. So I'm not gonna lie to you and act like this is gonna be instant classic or have replay value, but for a posthumous album and for DMX, and if you want to honor a legend, this is something you definitely want to play front to back a few times, see which songs you like and don't like, and go from there. But it's definitely a successful posthumous album. So I've talked enough about this album. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Did you listen to it? Did you know DMX was coming out with a posthumous album today? Did you thoroughly enjoy it? Did you just quickly turn it off? What was your favorite songs? What were your least favorite songs? Do you like posthumous albums in general, or are you one of those people that you're like, once a person passed, let their music live on with what they release while they're alive and move on? I'm kinda, if they have enough to make a cohesive album, do it. But I've seen some posthumous albums where they were just trying to make a buck. They had like 40 seconds of a song or something and releasing it, so I can see both sides. But as you know, of Chris, I'm gonna give you the news whenever the news is there, and if the news isn't there, I'm gonna give you some hip-hop reviews or some movie reviews. So I make sure to subscribe, you turn the notification bell for all my videos so you can like and participate in the comment section. This Chris, I'm out, this motherfucker.